Hello everyone, this is the first program of the fourth course, round, global round 16. Okay. So what we will do is we just given and put some s, so that this is the question. Explain what is it. We are just given n numbers, so the sum of the whole n numbers is s. So what we have to do, we have to maximize the median, and in this problem it says that median will be equal to mod of n by 2 element of the array, and array is in sorting in non-decreasing order. Sorry, both of one. So what do we do? So like if this is n is even, like 6, or odd if n is odd, like 7. So the m will be equal to n by 2, that is equal to 3, that median number, and in this case is equal to 4. So what we say, we have to find the median. This median will be maximum. So what I say, before the median, before the this n by 2 element, I will put all will be 0, here to here, n by 2 element will be 0, and after that I will divide equally. Okay, so that's it. So answer will be s divided by the remaining element, by the remaining element. Like if it is sum is 17 or 15, I will put n is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So I will put 3 element will be 0, and the remaining will be divided by 4 and divided by 5. So that's the answer. So I will just look at my code. So this is my code. I will just subtract n from all these elements. I will make it. So I will subtract n. So how many the remaining elements, and the elements, and then divide the s equally. That's the answer. This is the first problem. Now we jump into the second problem. This is the second problem. What is given that we have min and max. So we have to cut it into substrings such that the max of max of all the substring will be minimum. So what we given is that we have a substring of 0 and 1. We are like something 0 0 0 1 1 1. So if we look at this problem, uh, uh, it, like some of the observation is like that if a substring is contains 0 and 1, so the max will be 2, and if it only contains 0, then it will be 1, and if it contain all the ones, then it will be 0, and all the substrings have max equal to 2, because all this is the binary string. So max of s is equal to 2. So we have to put the max answer will be 2. That's it. And after that I will say that I will just in substring say that how many zeros are there, like in this string, in this case scenario. If you look at this, uh, I will just split in this how many zeros, because if it is zeros, then it will be mx will be 1. So what I am doing is I am just making the mx, I am just making substring which only contains 0, because if it is contains 0, then mx will be 1, and if only contain 1, then mx is equal to 0. Okay, so I will look at how many mx zeros are there, 0 substrings are there, like here is 1 and 2. Here is the 2 substring which if I just cut it into, then there are only 2 substring which contain 0, because if we include 1 in this substring, then mx of this will be 2. So that's the answer. So what I will do is we have just cut into the substring which contain only zeros. Okay, if it is only contain 0, then answer will be 1. We have to just count how many substrings are there, and the answer will be min of how many substrings contain 0 and 2. Okay, that's the answer. So if I will look at my code, uh, this is my code. So I will count how many substrings only having zeros. Okay, this is the code which only count how many substrings which only contain 0. Or I say the how many interval which contain regular zeros, which contain all the zeros, that will be CC, and answer will be the CC min of 2 and CC. Hope you understand this problem. I'll put easy problem. Yeah. Okay. Now next problem, the third. This is the same problem, but we are just given the byte table which contains 2 binary rows, and we have to we have to maximize the MEX. So here is the few observations. If it is like uh, if it is we can encounter at most 3 type of like 1 0 or 0 1. This is the first type. If it, second type is 0 0, and third type is 1 1. We at most encounter this type of the scenarios. Okay, so what we see that max to max MEX can be is equal to 2. Okay, so maximum MEX is equal to 2 here, and MEX of 0 comma 0 and 0 is equal to 1. So if we come to this point, it is the best option to just take the substring which contain only this element, because the MEX of is equal to 2, and max to max we can only contain 2. If we encounter this 0 1 or 1 0, we just uh, only take this one, because MEX of this is equal to 1. If we encounter 0 to 0, so we just look up what is the next one or what is the previous one. In the previous, if we encounter 1 1, okay, if we encounter 1 1, then we just split, we just contain the substring which having the both these two. Okay. And if we encounter 1 1, we just look up. If it is and next is also 1 1, we just look up to 0. When we encounter 0, we will stop that point. So what we are doing is that like this is the substring, something like that. 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 there 1 1. Okay. So what we do is we just start from here. Here we encounter 1 comma 0. So MEX will be 2. So we just stop there. Yeah. Because MEX of this is 2, and maximum we can encounter 2. So we just then other index will be start from here, and we just here again 1 0. We just end this thing also from here. Then we start next substring from here. Here we encounter 1 1. Then we go further, also 1 1. Then go further. Then 0 0. Now we encounter 0 0. We stop here. So because MX will be 2. Again 1 1. So we, because 0 0, we move forward. We see 1 1, then we stop here because mx will be 2. And if we like, if this is the scenario, like main is 0 0 and then 1 1. So if it's 0 0, we just moving forward, and here the 1 encounter 1. So the best case is we just take this as substring, and these are uh, different substrings. So mx will be 1 1 and 2. So like we are just doing these type of operations. That's it. We just making a count of 0. This store how many periods we encounter 0 comma 0 0 0, and then another count is 1 1. It store how many we encounter 1 1. That's it. So this is the, yeah, we have string a and b. We just take two variable count 0. We store only uh, how many times we just encounter 0 0, and 1 1 we encounter 1 1. So I will start from 0 to 1. I'm just taking the sum, what is in the p and what is in the a. Now if sum is 1 1, so we can say that now we encounter 1 comma 0 or 0 or 1. In the a string will be 1 or 0, or in the next string will be 0 or 1, because must be 1 in both of the string. Okay, then answer will be how many of 0 0 we encounter. Like if we found 1 0, if and previously we just, I mean 0 0, so the best scenario is that we just taking the string at this and all of these independently, because here is mx will be 2 and here is 1 and 1. This is the best scenario. So will be the previously encountered how many 0 0, and the 2 uh, of this substring 0 0 1. Okay, and we just set to, we start new substring, so set 0 will be 0 and 0 will be 0. If z is equal to, so this is the case when we encounter 1 1. So if we encounter 1 1, we just move forward, because the mex of this substring will be 0. So we will look up at sorry, if we encounter 1 1, so we will look back. If we encounter 0 0, if we encounter 0 0, okay, like if we encounter 2 0 0, so I will take only 1 0 0 here. Okay, and the remaining will be independent different substring. That's it. If we, if we previously encounter 0 0, then the answer will be these will taken independently. Like in this case we 0 0 0 0 and 1 1. Okay, so at this point the count of zeros will be 2, and we encounter 1 1, so I will take substring only this one, and count of 0 minus 1, these will be all, and all 0 0 will be, I will take independent. Okay, because mx will be 1 1, so different mx will be count of 0 1, count of 0 minus 1, and these two substances will be 2. That is like the same here. If it is 0, then I will increase count of 1 1 will be 1. I will increase 1, I will set it to 1, or I will increase, that doesn't matter. Okay, so if we encounter 0 0, then I will look at back. If I encounter 1 1, if it is yes, then answer will be uh, increasing by 2. Okay, and I will just increase. If it is not, and if I doesn't encounter 1 1, then I will just increase 0. And add the finish if just and the if I end the such thing and I have like this is the scenario if I just end like 0 0 1 1 at the last. Okay, if this is the scenario, then I will if I just end the such thing and also have count of 0 is greater than 0, therefore I just take all them independently. Yeah, that's the answer. This is my solution for this problem. So this is the D program. This is the D program like what is given that. Okay, uh, we have a sitting plan, something like we have a sitting plan, something like that. Okay. Something like matrix. We have m row, m column, and n rows. The number from 1 to m, and here I number from 1 to n. So if I take any two people sitting here and here, also uh, I have people number of people will be n cross n. So all seats are fulfilled. Okay, all seats are fulfilled at the last. So that much of people I have, and if I just and all people have eyesight AI. Okay, if I compare any two people uh, eyesight, if any eye people have weak eyesight, then this person, then I have to sit it in more closer. So its view will be more clear because its eyesight will be weaker. That's it. That's the scenario. So what I observe is that if uh, if I have all the people, if I shoot all of them, then whose eyesight is weakest will be sitting at the first position. So what I can say that here is the person whose eyesight is the is the weakest among all of them, and here is the second weakest, here is the third weakest, here is the fourth. That's it. In the first D1, it is given that I have only one row. Okay, if I have only one row, uh, then like in the first problem, I have n is equal to 1. Okay, so and eyesight of the different people will be given, and it is said that uh, people will come in the order like one first people come, then second people come, then third up to n cross n. Okay, so I will take the seat. I will take a test case like if eyesight of the three people are 2, 1, and 3. I have 3 seat. I will just take 3 seat only. Discard of this. So I will just sit into the second place, and then this will be sit at first place, and this will sit at third place. So how they sit? If it this come to here, this row, and moving forward, is that all seats are empty, then it will sit. Okay, so I will make it more. Okay, these are the three. So first, second uh, will sit. So it's according to the site. It will sit at second position. Okay, so it will go to the this row and move forward. So in the first row, all will be empty. So here is no inconvenience made by to this person. It will move forward. Then it will sit here. So the inconvenience for this is 0. Again, 1 will come. according to seating arrangement, we have to sit at the first position. So we just come to first row and see that no one is there. So for this one also, inconvenience is 0 and he will sit here. Now, according to seating plan, third will sit at third position. So he will come here and see. Yeah, people is sitting. So this is the inconvenience for her, for him. Then again he move forward. Then see one person is also sitting. Then inconvenience will be increased. Then he will sit here. So the inconvenience for the third people will be, so the total inconvenience will be sum of all these. Okay, sum is two. So what we can see that uh, if I just can't, I am taking the eyesight of B. So I can say that if any person having uh, eyesight greater than this people, strong eyesights like higher value, then that people will sit after him. So he will create inconvenience for these people. I will taking n is equal to 1. Okay, I will take n is equal to 1. Then he will create a inconvenience for her, for him. Okay, like if I am taking like inconvenience 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. So if he sits at the at first position, uh, like according to time, if he sit at fourth position, okay, then if a people having I value greater than 4, then it will create inconvenience for that people. Okay, yeah. So I will look after who people having like this having more higher eyesight. So it will create 4 will create inconvenience for the fifth one. So according to 4, I will just plus 1. Then start from 2 having this, because after 2 these much people will sit. Okay, I will just take a look uh, for whom it will create inconvenience for this one and this one. So 2 will create for 2 people, and I'm just take I, like first people is set. After that 3 and 5 will come and it will create inconvenience for both of them, and after that 3 will sit and it will create inconvenience for fifth only. So this is what I will do. So yeah, I'm just taking n is equal to 1, then I'm simply taking m people, I'm doing the input, and what I will see is that for I is equal to 0 to m, so people after the having value greater than this value, then these people will definitely create inconvenience for these people. That should the answer will be. That's it. Or you may say that if any two people having value like same eyesight, okay, like 3, 3, 3. So like 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So if I sit, I will set them like first 1 will come, then 2 will come, then 4. I will sit here at the last position. Okay. So that it will not create inconvenience for the same people. And then 3 will start from here, 3, 3, and then 2. That's so we have just looking that uh, like the current people will create inconvenience for the how much the people we, we, who will come after him. Okay, that will the amount of total inconvenience created. Now this is the D2 problem. D2 is the same problem but having more rules. Okay, so, uh, here is the scenario will be same. What I will do is I have like 1 to I have this. So this is also the D1 problem, but here difference is that, so we can say that if a people sitting here, then this will create inconvenience for the people who is sitting in this row only. Okay, so that's it. This is simple as problem. So we only solve for only the rows. Like I will inconvenience in this row, how much is created, how much uh, created in this row and this row. Okay, so I will say that, like, if I have 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 4, 6. So and it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 and 9. So it will create 3 into 3 matrix. 3 into 3. So according to eyesight, 3 into 3 matrix. According to eyesight, this is the first person, this is the second person, this is the eyesight by the and the number of person. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay. If I sort them according to eyesight, so then will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and this will be the 8 and 9. I will sort according to the eyesight, and the people will be, one will be third. This is the third person. Second will be the second person. Sorry, this is the fourth person. Third one will be the second person. Four will be the sixth person. Fifth will be first person, and sixth will be seventh person. Seven will be fifth person. Eight eyesight having the eighth person, and ninth eyesight having the ninth person. So I can say that these, so M will be three. So I will take in group of three three. Okay, this is three and this is third group. Okay, so the I will just calculate the inconvenience caused by only this group. This is the simple, and then I will add for all the persons. Okay, for this group and this group and this group, because if I see according to eyesight, so people third will sit here, then fourth will be here, then second will be here, sixth will be here, first will be here, seventh will be here, fifth will be here, eighth will be here, and ninth will be here. So one will create inconvenience for only people sitting on this row, and three will create inconvenience for the people sitting on this row, and fifth will create. So what I mean to say is that 5, 8 and 9 will only create the people who is sitting on the third row. 6, 1 and 7 will create inconvenience for people in the second row, and 3, 4, 2 will create inconvenience for the people who is sitting in the first row. So what I will do is I will just calculate inconvenience uh, differently, like independently of all the inconvenience for the all these will be is doesn't depend on each other, will be independent. So I will calculate differently all of, and at the last I will just take the summation of all these. That's the answer. So then how will I will create uh, uh, calculate the inconvenience of this group? So I can see that uh, in this will sit, like I sort according to the eyesight. That's mean, so I will take, if I will take this group, then they will sit according to this. But who will come first? Who has the lowest index will come first. So first will be second. So if I am just taking the same idea, like previous one, how for whom this will create inconvenience. So this will be come at the third position. So who will come after this? Okay, who will come after this? For that, this will create inconvenience. That's it. Like this will create inconvenience for, like, if we create a 1D of 3 row, so second will come and it will sit at third position, then third will become and sit at first position. Okay, then second will come and fourth will come and sit at second position. So this will create inconvenience who is coming after this. Second will come, so this will create inconvenience for the second one. Okay, so this is the similar position, so we have to calculate the four different groups inconvenience, the same thing. Okay, if we look at this code, but we have to take care, if, like, if having 3 and 4 having same eyesight. Okay, same eyesight, but at what I say that who is come after that it will create inconvenience, but no, if they having same eyesight, so I can, like, same eyesight, then who will come first will sit at the fastest position. Okay, that's it. If, like, having the same eyesight and they will come at third position and this will come at fifth position, so the third one will come and sit at fifth position, and after that this will come and sit at this position, because we have to satisfy only one condition, like eyesight. If any person having eyesight lesser than any j person, then their seat will, for both two, their seat will be, this will be the minimum seat and this will be their seat will also greater. That's the, we have satisfied only this condition only. So if they have same, so who will come first, he will sit at the first position who have the same eyesight. That, so this is the same problem, just I just take the eyesight and the person, I will then sort according to them, then I will just for uh, then I have n rows, k rows, like I have n rows, so for each row I will calculate independently. So like how I will calculate, I will just import this code from the D1 problem. If eyesight is greater, if one has eyesight greater, then he will be sitting after the who has the, like, this I will be create inconvenience for who has higher eyesight. Okay, because he will sit after them him, but it is also that the position is also different. Yeah. Okay. So I will just seeing that uh, I people, what I'm trying to say that, so I will look that for how many people this people will create inconvenience. That's nothing of big deal. Okay. So second will, so what I will say, who will, for like I person will sit and who is coming after him, it will create inconvenience if their value is also larger. Okay, if they have same value, then it will not create inconvenience. Okay, we have take this also. That's it. Now this is the if problem. So we hanging the bulb, but we are given is that we have a tree. Okay, rooted at one. So rooted at one, and this was, so what I say that we are just, who is bird, A bud is that one that that have all child leaves. Like this is bud, this is bud, and if these two are bud in this problem, in this scenario, if we take this scenario, then these two are bud. Okay. And if we detach, and where we have to, so if we detach, and where we have rehang them, we have just rehang them where we have just choose a vertex and rehang them where it is not a bud or it's any children will be bud. So it will trying to say that we have to rehang them into any leaf. Okay, because leaf is not a bug, bud. Okay. Otherwise, if we like rehang here, then yeah, this is not a bud, but its children must be. If it is not a leaf, then its children must be bud. Yeah. So we can only rehang on the leaves. Okay. Yeah. So what I will do is that, so the last scenario is that, so we have to calculate the number of minimum leaves after all of this, after just doing the multiple operations. Okay, so we can do any number of operations, but we have to just do a one thing. We have to minimize the number of leaves. Okay, so I will cut here and paste it here and rehang here. So this will be the scenario. Okay, then again again I just, this is the bud, I will just cut here, and the best scenario is that I will just rehang one another in a straight line, like in a line. If we rehang them, in like a straight line, then this is the optimal answer. Then the optimal answer is there. Okay, then there will be the optimal answer. Okay. So I will just cut it here from here and rehang it here. Now we can see that after we cut here this one, then this is also become a bud. So we can cut it here also and just rehang here. So now we can see that what we now we can see that we can make like all of them will be bud. Like we just what we doing, we just start cutting the bud again and again. I just, if this is the graph, then I will create bud again and again. Then there is a scenario that I can align all in a same line. Okay, I will hang in a same line. So I will just what I will do is I will just cut all the buds. Okay, and align in a same line for the optimal answer. Okay. So what we'll do, if I will cut any of the, like this is the bud in scenario, and if I will cut, okay, so I will just start a DPS, so DFS. Okay, so I will see that this is a bud. Yes, this is a bud. I will just cut it here. Okay, then I will just go here and I see, yes, this is a bud. So I can see that then bud will be generated again and again. So I will just align in the same line. This will give a optimal answer. So how we just apply this in a code. Okay, so I will just say here, so I will just make like I will just if I'm at this position, so I will say that this is a bird. Yes, then okay, I will just cut him, cut it, and rehang here. Then I will just look and yeah, this will also generated a bud. I will just cut it here. Then this is also generated a bud. I will just cut it here and will also generate a bud and I will cut it here. And I all these bud I will just align in a straight line. Then I will only minus up to like if uh, like if I cut this bud will having two child. Okay, so I can minus at most one child because I will just rehang any further at this position. So I will okay add one of the leaves. So I will just leave will be the remaining will be minus one leaf. Like if this having three or four leaves, so I will just rehang add only one leaf. The remaining will be that much. Hmm. Yeah. So so if see my code, a simple DFS is there. Nothing else. Here is my code. I was just taking the input and then this is nothing. All of this is nothing. Then I will just start a DFS. That's it. So what I will do in DFS, a simple DFS. Up to here it is a standard DFS what we do. Okay. But here I'm doing is that this is bullshit. All of this is bullshit. This is one line code. Okay. What I'll do is I will just count how many uh, of this having child and yeah I will make them make understand this point. Like I'm just commit here a point. If if this is a leaf, then count will be zero. Okay, if it is a zero, like if count is greater than zero, I will just count it. But it will count how many leaf a node has. Okay, this will store how many leaf a node has. Then if it is zero, then it will be leaf. Then I will increase plus one. Else if it is having, if this is not a leaf, I will cut it here. Okay, and then answer will be how many leaf will be. I will maximize like I will just come here. Okay, in just simple way. I will take. Okay, so here will be count will be zero if I am just DFS. So I will come here. So here count will be zero. Then I will increase count. So it will return one. So again here count is zero. It will return one. So this will having count will be two. Now if this is count will be two, then this is but. So I will cut it here. Then this will return zero. Okay, that's what I am doing here. So if the count is greater than zero, that means that this is a bud, and if it is a bud, then I will make it zero. So I will cut it, and then return will be zero. Okay. And what is answer increase count minus one? Because if I just cut this bud, then I will just now I have this bud. If I am rehanging, like this is the bud, and after that, if possible, like if any further bud is there, then I will rehang at most one of the leaves. Okay, because if we uh, hang both of the leaves, then it will create more leaves. Okay, if it will create more leaves, then that is not the optimal solution. For optimal solution, I have to align only at the one leaf. So if any further bud is there, I will just rehang it here. Only one leaf, so it will be the optimal solution. That's it. Yeah, this is the solution. If it is count is greater than 0, then this is the bud. Then I will increase the answer, how many leaf it has, and I will just make the count -1. Okay, yeah, that's it. I will just okay. Now here I will just increasing -1, because at the last what I am doing is I am just taking all the bud, like this is the bud, and I will make how many leaf it has, and I will make -1. Okay, like it have 3, then I will make -1. So it will having 2. So I will increase answer by 2. But at the last, this is at the last there is one node which don't have any further node, but so I will I have to increase answer by 1, because I will taking here what I will taking, I will assuming that there is bud after this. Okay, this is the solution. Yeah, hope you understand.